Your voice, it's the most personal thing you own. It's uniquely, undeniably you. But what if anyone could steal it? What if a machine could learn to speak not just with your words, but with your exact voice, your tone, your every inflection? What happens when the one thing that proves you're you can be copied? This isn't science fiction anymore. From viral TikTok clips to news headlines that feel ripped from a dystopian movie, AI voice cloning has exploded into our reality. A technology once confined to Hollywood special effects is now in the hands of millions. It's a tool of incredible creativity and potentially unprecedented deception. So how do we get here? How does this technology actually work? And as our digital and real-world identities merge, what does this mean for the future of truth itself? This is the story of how AI voice cloning is changing everything. Let's rewind the clock. The dream of a synthetic human voice is older than you might think. For decades, we had robotic, clunky text-to-speech systems. Think of early GPS navigators or Stephen Hawking's iconic synthesizer. Then came the first wave of digital assistants. Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant. They were a huge leap forward. Their voices were smoother, more natural, but still distinctly artificial. You could always tell you were talking to a machine. The real revolution began bubbling up in the world of artificial intelligence and deep learning. Researchers started experimenting with something called neural networks, complex algorithms modeled after the human brain. They fed these networks countless hours of audio data, teaching them to recognize not just words, but the subtle patterns, rhythms, and emotional nuances of human speech. Early deepfake voice experiments were clumsy, but they showed a terrifying and exciting potential. Then the floodgates opened. Companies like 11 Labs and OpenAI released powerful, user-friendly tools that put this technology into the hands of the public. Suddenly, anyone with a computer and a few seconds of audio could create a stunningly realistic clone of a voice. The genie was out of the bottle, and the world went wild. Almost overnight, a new form of digital art was born. A song featuring the cloned voices of Drake and The Weeknd went viral, racking up millions of listens before being taken down. It was so convincing, many people thought it was a real leaked track. YouTubers and podcasters began experimenting. Imagine a documentary voiced by a flawless AI clone of David Attenborough, or a podcast where an AI Joe Rogan interviews a digital Steve Jobs. The creative appeal is undeniable. It allows for endless parody, tribute, and artistic expression. For creators, it means fixing audio mistakes without re-recording or translating content into different languages using their own voice. For listeners, there's a fascinating, almost magical quality to hearing a familiar voice say something entirely new. It taps into our deep-seated connection to sound and personality, creating experiences that are both emotionally resonant and technologically mind-bending. But with every powerful new technology comes a dark side. For every creative use, a malicious one quickly follows. Imagine getting a frantic phone call. The voice on the other end is your child, your parent, your partner. They're in trouble, they say, and they need money wired immediately. The voice is perfect. Every quiver of fear, every desperate plea is utterly convincing. But it's not them. It's a scam, a phishing attack powered by a voice clone created from a few seconds of audio scraped from social media. This is already happening. Beyond personal scams, the implications for society are staggering. Think of political deepfakes, a fake recording of a world leader declaring war, or a candidate appearing to make a racist remark right before an election. In a world saturated with information, our ability to trust what we see and hear is already strained. When anyone can sound like anyone, truth itself becomes fragile. How do you prove what's real? The very foundation of evidence, testimony, and trust is shaken to its core. Naturally, where there's disruption, there's money to be made. The AI voice boom has triggered a gold rush in the tech world. Venture capitalists are pouring billions of dollars into startups promising to revolutionize everything from entertainment to customer service. We're seeing a new market emerge for voice licensing, where celebrities and voice actors can license their digital vocal likeness for use in advertisements, audiobooks, and video games. This creates a new revenue stream, allowing them to work even when they're not in the studio. But it also opens a Pandora's box of ethical debates. Companies are now building synthetic voices from the ground up, designed to be persuasive, empathetic, and trustworthy. These voices could soon be answering your customer service calls, reading you the news, or even acting as digital companions. The business is booming, but it's racing ahead of the rules, forcing us to confront difficult questions about the commercialization of human identity. And that brings us to the legal and ethical maze we now find ourselves in. Who owns your voice? When you post a video online, are you implicitly giving away the rights to your vocal data? The law is struggling to keep up. We're seeing the first wave of lawsuits, with voice actors suing companies for allegedly using their work without consent to train AI models. The central questions are about ownership, consent, and privacy. Should you have the right to control your digital voice, just as you control your image? What constitutes fair use? We need new legal frameworks and technological solutions, like digital watermarking for audio, to help distinguish between authentic and synthetic content. Governments are starting to debate regulations, but the technology is evolving faster than they can legislate. The courtroom battles and ethical debates happening right now will shape the digital landscape for generations to come, defining the boundaries between personal identity and artificial replication. So here we are at the dawn of a new auditory age. AI voice cloning is not just a novelty. It's a transformative technology with the power to reshape art, communication, and our very concept of reality. It holds the promise of boundless creativity and connection, but it also carries the risk of unprecedented deception and erosion of trust. We can't put the genie back in the bottle, so we must learn to live with it responsibly. This means demanding transparency from tech companies, advocating for clear laws, and all of us becoming more critical consumers of the media we encounter. As our world becomes more synthetic, the value of the genuine article has never been higher. In the age of AI voices, authenticity has never mattered more. Thanks for watching. If this video made you think, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell to join us as we explore the technologies shaping our future. See you in the next one.